So in this video we'll be doing the file sharing part of the domain. So first you will have to make the following required folders. So the required folders are all departments or sections should have one public folder, read and write. Domain users cannot access other department folders. A university public folder where all domain users can access, read and write, and an installer folder containing applications that only the administrator can access. So we already have that. We have the academic department, we have the administrative department folders, and we have installer folder for the applications, and we have the university folder. So the next thing to do is to install the file services in our Windows Server 2008. So we'll be adding roles. So we can go and add roles. Next, then select on file services, on server roles, click on next. So we'll be selecting distributed, this one DFS, so this one file server resource manager, services for network, file system, and Windows search service. So after that we can go next, and we can go next again. So for the user account, so after that we can go click on next, and next, then select local DC, then next, then we install. So let's just wait for the installation to complete. So after the installation we have to restart. So let's restart our machine. So after the restart, we have to log in as administrator again. So switch user. So log in as administrator. So let's just wait for the installation progress to finish. So we have installed our file services. So we can close it. Now we go to administrative tools and go to file server resource manager. So we'll be adding a quota, 1 gigabyte quota for each folder. So they only limited to 1 GB. So to do that, let's go to quota templates, create a quota template. So the quota template name will be 1 GB since we're making a 1 GB quota. And let's set it to 1 and let's change it to GB. And then click on can't select it yet. Wait, so let's make our resolution bigger. Adjust. So let's make it bigger for this instance. You can select. So we select on OK. So now we have a 1 gigabyte quota. So let's just put our normal screen. So make it smaller. Okay. And so the next step is to create a provision share. So to do that, let's go to server manager, and in server manager we click on roles, file services, and under file services, share and storage management. So we click on provision share. So first folder we need to add the provision share is the academic department. So we just find it in our C drive, click on next, we have to select the SMB and NFS. just proceed, and then we proceed. Next. So in this part, we have to select users and groups have custom share permissions, since we need to read and write for domain users, so they have access, cannot access other department folders. So we have to select the fourth radio button, and then permissions, we'll remove everyone, and then we click add, and add a computer. So let's deselect all of the other checkboxes and just select computer, then click on OK. And then I previously made a academic computer on the programs and courses, so we just name it computers, click on OK. After that, after adding, we will change, so they have change and read, so we will allow that. I click on apply and OK. So the next step, the next, so we will be applying quota, and select the quota that we have created, which is the 1 gigabyte quota limit. This is the required. Go next. And next, then create. So after that, we close it, and we will do the same thing for the administrative department. So we go on provision share and find the administrative department folder, which is under the C drive of our virtual machine, and then go next, then next, then select the checkboxes, and then next, and proceed next. Again, we're gonna select users and groups have custom share permissions, and then we go to permissions. We're gonna remove everyone in the security, add object types, deselect all, and just leave check box of computers ticked, and then we click on no, first we have to add administrative. This is the name of our computer for the administrative folder, department. So administrative, so you have it already. Again, we have to allow change in permissions for administrative, then we apply, and then OK, then next. Again, we're applying the quota with 1 GB, so let's just find our 1 GB quota template that we created earlier. So we proceed to next. Then click on next, and then create. So we have created provision shares for administrative folder and academic folder. So we'll be creating this for all of the folders, program folders, which is these ones, the your BAT, prob, all of this folders. Inside of the folders we created a provision share for, so all of these. But first we have to so we're going to also create for the bet program. Also gonna create for the bet program, so select bet program, X, X, So we finished creating provision share for all the folders of academic and administrative department. So we're gonna add for the update for the university folder. So it says here a university public folder where all domain users can access, read, and write. So here in provision share, we find so here we have to find the university folder. Okay, proceed to next. Enable NFS and SMB. Next. And it says here in our instruction again that the university public folder where all the main users can access, read, and write. So in the permissions, we're not going to change anything here because we want everyone who can access in the university folder to read and write. So we allowed read, we also need to allow change so that the users can read and write. So apply. Okay, next. Again, we apply our quota 1 GB. Next. Okay. Close. So for the installer folder, let's find it here. Provision share, then installer folder. Here. Next. Select NFS and SMB. Next. So it says here that the installer folder containing applications that only the administrator can access. Only this one administrators have full control. All other users and groups have only read, access, and write. So we're gonna select users and groups and permissions and remove and add administrators. Change, apply. Okay. Then next. Apply quota. Next. So that's all for this video. So that's all for this video. We just provided provision share for all the folders.